Hi, I'm here with Carter Holland, a.k.a. Applecrow.
Yep.
And he's in Austin and had a chance to visit the office and came by to say hello to us, too. Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, it's great to be here.
So the big news for you right now is you're one of our newest moderators on the forums.
Yeah, I really didn't think I was doing much, but like every once in a while, Will would say, "Oh, hey, Applecrow, thanks for your help." And I'm like, "Okay." And then had Legante, actually, I talked to him on Skype every once in a while, and he started asking me these weird questions. I was like, I feel like I'm being interviewed to be a mod. And sure enough, like, you know, a couple hours later, Will sent me an email asking me to be a mod. And I told him, you know, let me think about it. I am kind of attached to my ignore function, but, you know, I decided to go ahead and do it because, I mean, I love the community. And
the moderating can be a little bit of a challenge. On the
community. I've already received several condolence messages. But I mean, for the most part, I am looking forward to it.
That's great. And so your tag color is going to change, and
yeah, I'll be in purple now.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. So you've been pretty active. You were in Boston this last.
Yeah. If anybody thinks that guy looks familiar, I was on the front row at the Boston reveal. I asked the only relevant question about when the Siegle would be released.
That's what everybody wants to know.
I'm not saying I don't want to collect fish.
It's time to move on. Well, we've got some new ships coming out. The Xi'an Scout was released just this weekend for everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad I grabbed one when it was on LTI, which is not a big deal and a huge deal. And I've already come up with two names for mine. I'm either going to name it Ruby Rod or Squid Pro Quo.
Ruby Rod's pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of waited till now because I don't like to buy something sight unseen. It is really about function and aesthetics, and so I took my time. I just bought one yesterday, so I'm very pleased with my purchase, even if I don't get the LTI.
Yeah.
You're pretty involved. You're an Imperator subscriber.
Yeah.
What are the benefits of that? What do you think's best about it?
Hands down, it has to be the jump points. I mean, we're at 18, so I mean, even if you subscribe with the Centurion at $10, you know, a couple months, you're basically getting for 50 cents each.
That's
true. Just one of the perks.
That's just one. There's a few others. You were mentioning that you were really sort of pleased about the Design a Pirate feature. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things I think for the Imperator, and I'm sure we'll get a response on what that was actually for. But yeah, it's like Design a Pirate. For a long time, one of my handles I never really used that much, mostly in RTSs, was the Dread Pirate Toasty, which Toasty is actually a character. He's not a character. He's a historical figure from Old English, and the spelling looks nothing like Toasty. It's like Tostig.
So you're talking about Old English. You have a background in some languages.
Yeah. In my myriad studies, just about every language I studied was a dead language. So. Did 7 years of Latin and don't remember any of it. Then I did a couple years of Old English, which was a ton of fun.
Interesting.
And I did some linguistics, which one of the most interesting languages we studied in that was Ancient Mayan. And we didn't really learn much about it other than like the basic structure, but it was just fascinating.
Well, on the subject of linguistics, we have some aliens who are going to have language. And one of the challenges the team has is to come up with a language that makes sense.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. I imagine that's, you know, in the design team, that's probably in their backlog of actually, you know, designing the languages. But I don't know, it'll be fascinating to see where that goes.
Right. So you've actually been on air with us before on Wingman's Hangar, I understand.
Yeah. Like, you know, when the Star Citizen stuff started really coming out and I started getting into it, it kind of reinvigorated my passion for modding and stuff like that. So I picked up Blender because it's free.
So for those who don't know what Blender is,
it's a 3D modeling software. So, I mean, you can get student editions of the others, but to get the full editions, it's several $1,000s. And Blender is just like, here, have fun.
It's an open source, practically an open source piece of software.
And so I played around with that, and you know, I got to the point where I thought I was pretty impressive, and so I posted it up on the forums, and then I looked at some of the other stuff. I was like, I don't know anything.
There are some amazing modders, and
there's
amazing
some
ship
stuff.
designers out there. And we got to see a lot of them on the Next Great Starships.
Yeah, I tried to find a team for that, and then I'm actually glad I didn't, because I didn't have a chance.
Yeah, did you get a chance to see the two ships in your hangar and everything? Which one did you vote for? Or if that's a secret, I don't know.
Well, for first, I voted for Four Horsemen. I do think that they, I mean, overall, I mean, the Shard ship was pretty badass. I didn't like the turret placement on it as much, but I think both of them were just incredible ships.
Yeah.
I do think that Shimipan got robbed, and I would love to have the IXM ship.
I know. Well, maybe, who knows? You know, some of those might kind of make their way into the universe one day. But yeah, so you voted for.
In the first and second votes, I did vote for Four Horsemen. In the third place vote, I voted for IXM, mostly because I felt like Shimipan didn't deserve third; they deserve first. But
well, Four Horsemen had really wonderfully fleshed out design. They had gone down to the layers of detail.
And also one of the things I really thought was important, because I thought, you know, I was sad to see some of the other teams not make it that far, because they had really unique designs.
Sure.
And Four Horsemen, I mean, for all the helicopter complaints I got about the main hull, I did like the engines.
Right. Well, I think some of the people who fell out was just they couldn't keep up with the pace of development. And they weren't able to follow through on layers of detail and articulating their larger concepts. So I think that's something that's necessary in ship designers, and especially when you're on the line and working inside the company as a designer and modeler.
Yeah, at least, I mean, they get paid for their time, though. So.
That's true. Well, so
But then again, you know, I remember getting to go past the office a couple times and seeing some of them out on their smoke breaks, and it's, you know, you want to go up and say hi, and you look at them, you're just like, I don't want to bother them.
Well, you actually did get to say hi just this weekend. Tell me about your visit.
Yesterday, I got to do my office visit at the Austin office, which, as cool as the LA office is, go to the Austin office. But, you know, it was basically like, you know, we just went in and, you know, I mean, Eric just welcomed us right in. Carolyn was there, and, you know, they were, you know, great hosts. We got to see some really cool redacted stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't talk about it right now.
No.
That's one of the benefits of being able to visit the office, is being able to kind of get a chance to talk with the actual developers and see what's going on before it actually gets out in the world.
Yeah. And by the time this actually airs, one of those things we saw might actually be out already.
Oh, okay. Well, can't talk about it now. But
no.
You know, I'm under NDA, so probably you are too, since you've been in the office.
It was really redacted.
Awesome. So you also came away with something really interesting.
Yeah. I thought I was clever and had the first one to have this idea, but when I was at Boston, some other people, I didn't bother packing mine for that. But some other people had done it and kind of proved the concept could work. And I'm going to show this off.
Yeah.
Here, hold it. Yep. I took my Goliath mouse pad and a couple of oil-based markers. Thank you to Disco Lando for suggesting oil-based markers, because the other ones are just going to wipe off. But this, I mean, it just looks incredible.
That's great. That's something really. You're going to frame that, or
yeah?
I don't think you want to run your mouse.
It's not going on my desk. I don't know. It depends. I might try it out and see if some of these names are good luck for aiming, but you know, I use my joystick more than the mouse. So.
Well, that's amazing. So I just want to thank you for coming on and saying hello, taking a moment to drop by.
No problem.
The set here that everybody's kind of familiar with, and be safe going home. And we'll see you with a purple icon.
Oh yeah.
On the forums. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Take care.